Hi Stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and this is a floss tube extra, how to soften your Aida. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for this video. I apologize for the delay. I did have an issue with the end of the video cutting off my volume at the end, so I'm going to shoot a preview here now and then I'm going to cut in at the end again and finish the episode. But I will say that you will see me in different clothes throughout the video because I did shoot this in segments. And it's not a professional video, but it does give you the information that you need in order to soften your Aida. So let's just stop chatting and I'm going to get you started right now. Enjoy. Okay, so this is what you're going to need in order to soften your Aida fabric. And the first thing we're going to do, well, let's talk about what I have. So I have I think this is a 14 count. This is the 14 count. Let me see, I've got two of them. One's supposed to be 14, one's 16, yes. This is the 14 count Aida, so I have a roll. Whatever Aida you have that's stiff, you can use. We're going to use white vinegar. This is Great Values white vinegar. And I will tell you, I use this vinegar over and over again. So I do not put it in my kitchen. I leave it here in my craft room. And I will put it back in the container again and use it for the next time. So I'll keep using it. And then you're going to need some fabric softener. So I have a little bit of Downy in here, just about, sorry, I forget you're down lower than me. About this much Downy, not that much, maybe I don't even know how much that would be. So just a little bit of Downy. So we are going to first straighten out this fabric, and I'm just going to unroll it and then fold it. So I'm going to back up a little here because this is a big piece. This is like a 30 by 36 inch piece. And if I'm doing this, I like getting it over at Michael's. Get it with your 40% off coupon. It only costs you around $7 or $8. And it's a great bargain. And then I like to get it softened up and dye it myself. So while I'm battling with this, because it always is a battle to get these unrolled because they're so tight. I guess I could have done this before, but that would have made it easy for me. We wouldn't want it to be easy at all. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to fold it just so I can get it into a manageable size to put in the bowl. So there we go. Right, and I'm not going to stick it in the bowl just yet. So I'm going to put the vinegar in the bowl, and I want enough in here to cover the Aida. So it'll take quite a bit. But like I said, I put it right back in the container again. I use it the next time. And then I'm going to put my fabric softener, stir it up a little, and then I'm going to stick my Aida in the solution because I want it to be totally soaked. And the trick of this is it's got to soak for quite a while. So I'm going to let this soak overnight, and then I will come back in the morning and we'll see how it's doing. So normally I will let it soak anywhere from 6 to 10 hours, depending, if I'm doing it overnight or if I'm doing it during the day. So I'm going to stop right there and I will join you back when it's tomorrow morning. Okay, so my fabric is here. I'm in the kitchen and my fabric is in here and it's been soaking in that mixture for about 9 hours. So we're going to rinse it in water. I'm just going to try to unfold it here. Of course, you don't have to fold your fabric if you're putting it in there. If you're not doing a big piece like this, you can, put it in, just scrunch it up and put it in there. But I'm just gonna shove it in there a little more, and we're going to, and the sink's gonna be noisy, so because it's gonna be running water, but I'm gonna rinse it. going to squeeze as much of the vinegar that I can out of it. I don't want to twist it or anything. I just want to squeeze. And then we're going to come over here and start rinsing. And this is like a warm water rinse. You want to rinse out all the vinegar, rub your fabric with your hands. We're trying to get all that stuff they put on the fabric. I don't know what it is that causes it to be stiff. So I'm just rubbing it. Trying to rinse all that vinegar out. Now, depending on how soft it becomes is whether you're going to do it a second time or a third time. Some people do it 2 or 3 times to get it really to feel a lot softer and easier to work with. So there we go. I've got it all rinsed. And now I'm going to, again, wring it out. Or squeeze it out, not wring, but squeeze it out as much as I can. And I have a towel sitting here. And in order to get all the liquid out, I'm going to roll it in this towel. I should have serged this before or zigzagged it before I did this because it's going to start fraying, but this is a really large piece, so I'm not going to worry too much about it because I can cut all that off. So I'm rolling it all up in the towel, and I'm going to put the towel on the floor, and I'm just going to start stepping on it to pull all that moisture out of the piece. So this is how I do it. So I'm just putting all my weight onto it to squeeze the water out of the fabric and into the towel. Okay. So now I'm going to unwrap it, and I'm going to go, and I can already feel it's much softer. You know, it's much easier to work with. I'm going to go and put this in my dryer. So it's going to go in my dryer with the towel and a fabric softener sheet just for like 5 or 6 minutes, not even that long. And then I'll come back and we'll decide if I'm going to do it again. So you guys hold on. Okay, so I'm back. I threw it in the dryer for about 4 or 5 minutes and it's on low. So keep your temperature on low on your dryer. I did dry it with the towel and a dryer sheet. And as you can see, it's much more flexible, but it's not flexible enough for me, or I feel like it needs a little bit more. I can feel some of the edges are still stiff. So I'm gonna put it in one more time, and it's morning right now, so I'm gonna put it in for probably 7 or 8 hours, and then I'm gonna take it back out again. And you can do this process 3 or 4 times if you need to, depending on how you want your fabric. But I'm going to do mine a second time, and then I will come back at the end and let you know how my fabric turned out. I won't probably do it more than 2 times because I'm planning on dyeing this. So when I do the dye process, it'll go through again and soaking and stuff, so that should ease it up some. But it is much softer, as you can see. It's much softer than it was before. It's not stiff anymore. I wouldn't say soft, but it's not stiff anymore. And it definitely is soft, you know, it's easy to manipulate in your hands. So I'm going to put this in again, and I will show you my end results coming up in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and this is the end result of my fabric. So I have a nice soft piece of fabric. I did iron this, so it's a little stiffer because I ironed it, but it is very soft. I completed the process 2 times. So let's talk about the process once again. So vinegar, fabric softener, just a little fabric softener in it. Let it sit overnight. Rinse it off. Wash it. I wash mine in dish detergent because that's just what I happen to have at the sink. So I washed it in Dawn dish detergent. I rinsed it out. I laid it on the towel. I rolled the towel up, put it on the floor, step on it all the way across and back, just to pull that moisture out of the fabric and into the towel. And then throw it in the dryer on low temperature for just about 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so with a dryer sheet. When I pulled it out the first time, I felt like it needed to be done again. So again, I put it back into the solution, let it sit all day, and did the same process again. So I rinsed it off, I put it back in the sink with a little dish detergent, soaped it up, washed it, rinsed it, put it back in the towel again, took all the moisture out of it, back into the dryer on low, and 5-6 minutes, and then took it out and I ironed it, and it turned out fabulous. It is very, very soft. You can see it's not a stiff material anymore. It's very flimsy. Okay, so I guess my video, my microphone that I wear must have ran out of the charge, and it ended up cutting the volume completely. So I apologize for that. I did notice the first time that I washed the fabric, or the first time I soaked the fabric, I noticed I didn't wash it in Dawn liquid. I normally do that. I normally, after each soaking, put it in the Dawn dish detergent or whatever dish detergent you have and soak it up and get the vinegar out of it, and then put it in the towel and dry it and put it in the dryer. And somehow I got distracted and I didn't do that step, but I do that step after every time it soaks. So I do soak it, I rinse it, I put it in the sink with some dish detergent, I soap it up, I rinse it off again, then it gets wrung in the towel and into the dryer. So that's a correction on the video when I talk at the end there that said that's how I do it. So just an explanation for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it made sense to you, and I also hope that you find it extremely helpful in getting your fabric soft so that you can stitch on it without having a piece of cardboard to stitch on. So please like the video, please leave a comment, let me know if you've tried it and how it worked for you, and I will see you soon. Bye.